Okay, so today I've got the full review for the Ben Hogan PTx Pro irons. Hey, this is Jamie with Golfer Geeks, and let's get right to the review. Okay, so I don't know if you watched my unboxing video, but you might want to go back and watch that. So what I got from Hogan were the 6 and 9 irons. And you can go to benhogangolf.com yourself and you can demo these if they're available. They are not always available. So let me give you just a quick look at them again. And this is the 9 iron. Yeah, this is the 9 iron. Beautiful, beautiful club. Nice compact shape, but not too compact. Forged. I don't know if you can read that. Trust me, all Ben Hogan irons are forged. And here is, let me stick this in here. Here's the 6 iron. Like that. And I'm just trying to go a little slow and not shake this so much. Give you a view right here. Kind of the top line. Well, that looks kind of crappy. Anyway, I think they're gorgeous clubs. They're more compact than what I play right now. I've been playing the Callaway Big Bertha Fusions since 2007 or so, and I am looking for new clubs. In fact, a friend of mine mentioned to me, he said, hey, you write about golf and you shoot videos about golf and you test clubs. Shouldn't you be getting some new clubs yourself? So definitely something to consider, but you know, I've kind of got a rule. Any new clubs I get have to be at a minimum as good as the ones I play, and hopefully better. So I've had these Hogan irons and for the last 2 weeks, and I've tested them on the range probably about 4 or 5 times at least, in play around 3 times. And first off, let me say they hit beautifully. They are not as forgiving as my Callaway Big Bertha Fusions, but they're not supposed to be. Those Fusions are big clubs, and let me put the 6 iron next to this 6 iron just to give you an idea. So here's the Fusion next to the Hogan, and let me kind of hold it still. You can see heel to toe, bigger, flange, bigger. It's kind of be a little bit hard for you to see the top line, but let me see if I can do it this way. The top line of the Berthas is fatter, and it has quite a bit more offset than the Hogan irons. So I don't have to hit my 6 iron or 9 iron with my Fusions dead center to get my full distance and full forgiveness. The sweet spot on these are smaller, but it is not small by any means. You can still get good distance, good height, good trajectory. It'll hold greens. With, you know, I'm not going to say marginally struck shots, but there's more forgiveness in these irons than you might think when looking at it. I've tried the Hogan blades, the Fort Worth 15s that came out a couple of years back. They are now called Fort Worth Whites and Fort Worth Blacks. And looking down at those blades, I'm telling you, it's intimidating. Looking down at these irons, not intimidating at all. I think these are an excellent bridge club. So if you're moving from mid, or if you're like in the mid handicap range, moving to low handicap, I think you ought to give these a try. They have all the pop of any irons I've tested, including mine. So when I catch these, well, it goes as high as mine and pretty much as far as mine. Now I looked up the specs. So for the Hogan 6 iron, the loft is 30 degrees. Length of the club is 37.5. That's the same as the 6 iron for the Callaway. Callaway has 1 less degree of loft. I don't think that's going to make a whole lot of difference. So I found the distance just eyeballing it and just shooting at flags, you know, just using GPS and whatnot. I found the distances Very similar, definitely the same trajectory. They definitely held greens the same way. And it was the same story with the 9-iron. Now, if you look at the 9-iron, Hogan 9-iron, 42 degrees aloft, 36-inch long shaft. Callaway, again, 1 degree difference, a little bit stronger. And a 36-inch length shaft. So very similar specs to those clubs, but of course this is the more compact club head. And although they are forged, they are injected just like all the new souped up clubs like the Callaways and the TaylorMades with the polycarbonate foam. So even though it's forged, it's forged, hollow, and injected to give you all the performance and forgiveness and the distance and stuff that everyone demands these days. But you can still say you have a forged club in which all Hogan irons are forged. I can tell you, if I wouldn't recommend these for a high handicapper, but if you're in, not only handicaps are created equally, so you can be a very good ball striker but be pretty bad around the greens, and that'll keep you a mid handicapper. Or you can also be a lower handicapper with marginal ball striking. But I would say if you are reasonably good with your ball striking, you can at least give the PTx Pros a demo and take a look at them. I think they're excellent clubs. They're as good as anything I've tested so far. And the price you cannot beat on these clubs. At the high end, you're going to pay around $690 for 7 clubs or 8 clubs. And if you go like the 5 through pitch and wedge, it goes down from there. They're around $90 a club. And you're talking that about versus $140, $150 per club with TaylorMades and Callaways, which are fine clubs. Most manufacturers these days make excellent clubs, but Hogan makes clubs just as good at about half the price, or maybe not half, but quite a bit cheaper than what you'll find. And in some cases, yeah, half the price. So I would suggest giving the PTx Pros a try. I loved my time with them. They're great clubs. And I almost considered buying them on site before I hit them. They look so good to me. And just, although the club head is more compact, it's definitely not intimidating when sitting behind the ball, for me anyway. And I am ready to move to a more compact head. In fact, I'm looking at that. And I don't know if you saw or if you've seen the edge irons. They're a little bit beefier than the pros, than PTx Pros. So that's why I didn't pull the trigger on the edge irons. They're just a little fatter than I want. I want something more going towards the player look. And so that's kind of why I'm attracted to the PTx Pros. Plus you add in the performance for the pros, and you just, for the price, you can't beat those clubs. So if you're in any way considering moving to new clubs and moving to smaller club heads, and you're a mid handicapper moving to low, or just a good ball striking mid handicapper, I can fully recommend the PTx Pros. You can't lose by giving them the demo at least. That's it, guys. Any questions, post them below in the comments, and I'll have this review written up within the next few days to a week. That's it, guys. Thanks again. This is Jamie with Golf for Geeks, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm doing these reviews all the time now, and that's it. Have a great day.